Good evening. I'm Ann Janiak, the CEO of the Women's Enterprise Development Center, and I'm delighted to welcome everyone to our evening of entrepreneurial wonder. We are here tonight to recognize the important contributions and achievements of women business owners in our communities and the impact they have on our economy. Since our inception in 1997, WEDC's mission has been to help women and minorities to start, strengthen, and succeed in business. We do that by providing a wide array of entrepreneurial training programs and services to entrepreneurs at every stage of business development, from when they are first thinking of starting a business to when they are ready to grow and access capital. For more than 20 years, we have been steadfast in our commitment to serve those clients who often lack access to traditional business and banking resources. Last year, our country faced a number of unprecedented challenges: a global pandemic, social and racial injustices, and an economic crisis. They presented significant burdens to all, but especially to many of our clients who often, in even good times, encounter structural barriers to achieving their goals and dreams of business ownership. Now faced with uncertainty in multiple areas, women-owned businesses and businesses owned by women of color in particular were struggling disproportionately, as many surveys and studies have demonstrated. Women still had difficulty accessing capital and needed resources, and they were now juggling childcare and schooling demands and dealing with the stress and pressure that resulted from those burdens. What happened next, I'm proud to say, was that WEDC staff and consultants rose to the occasion. They became, for all intents and purposes, economic first responders, providing business information, answering twice as many calls as they had before, listening to hardship stories, many filled with loss of life and livelihood. Normally at events like this, I thank our staff at the end of the program, and often way too briefly. But this year, given all that they have done and the tremendous effort they have put forth, I'd like to start by thanking them and recognizing their exceptional efforts.
Thank you, Ann. Good evening. I'm Nikki Hahn, and I'm the Director of Development and Strategic Initiatives. For the past 15 months, our team has stepped up in a big way. From taking calls from scared and desperate clients around the clock to countless hours of counseling, helping our clients reimagine what their businesses would look like for the foreseeable future. Our team did this all while navigating their own COVID challenges and fears.
Thank you, Nikki. I'm Persephone Zill. I'm Westchester Women's Business Center Director. In March of 2020, we started our Mount Vernon 60-hour entrepreneurial training class in person, and 1 week later, we quickly pivoted to facilitating the class online on Zoom. While we had a number of trials along the way, our clients made it to graduation 3.5 months later with the class fully bonded and the mayor attending. This led to building the plane while flying it, a phrase we've used often.
Thank you, Persephone. I'm Mairead Daly-Diep. Completing the WEDC Entrepreneurial Training Program is a huge achievement for our students under normal circumstances, and especially under COVID circumstances. As WEDC's English Program Manager, I am proud to support our students and help them over the finish line as they complete the program and launch their entrepreneurial journeys.
My name is Addie Shore. I'm the Impact Data Manager. In analyzing outputs, I was so impressed with what WEDC was able to achieve during a pandemic. There was no slip in the number of individuals trained or counseled. In fact, there was a significant increase in the number of small business owners needing our help. WEDC was able to continue delivering the high-quality entrepreneurial services we are known for.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Verónica Bazán. Hello everyone, I am Verónica Bazán. I'm the Program Director for the Spanish programs. I'm glad to announce that not only did we increase our attendance for Spanish webinars in 2020 by 68% through strong marketing campaigns and an increase in our social media followers. We did this while responding to an unprecedented number of clients calling in need of loan and grant application assistance. This means more clients who need our help receive meaningful business training than ever before.
Thank you, Veronica. Hola, my name is Paula Zorrilla, and I am the Westchester Spanish Program Assistant. I am pleased to inform that thanks to a grant, we gave 30 Chromebooks to our clients in our Spanish entrepreneurial training program in Yonkers and New Rochelle. We trained them to use the computer and help them to overcome the fear of technology.
My name is Zasha Tuttle. I'm WEDC's MWBE specialist. I'm proud that during this difficult year for small businesses, we've been able to provide resources and counseling to over 100 businesses seeking New York State MWBE certification.
Hello, my name is Leslie Morales. I am WEDC's Program and Office Coordinator. This past year, WEDC achieved more than 6,000 followers in our social media platforms and more than 6,500 subscribers to email newsletters, which help us expand our reach to help more small business owners.
Hi, my name's Cynthia Morris-Kroll, and I'm the Mid-Hudson Women's Business Center Director. Welcome. I am proud to share that during this difficult time, not only were we helping business owners pivot and access capital, we were awarded a second Women's Business Center for the Mid-Hudson region, which will enable us to strengthen our depth and breadth of programming to support women and minorities who have the dream of owning their own business.
Thank you, Cynthia. My name is Brianna Castro, and I am the Mid-Hudson Program Assistant. At the beginning of the pandemic, we pivoted quickly to transition our intake process digitally to more efficiently assist our clients, allowing us to support a greater number of small business owners.
My name is Evelyn Lindman. I'm the Financial and Loan Counselor at WEDC. I'm happy to report that we help almost 200 clients and businesses in English and Spanish with loans and grants applications since April 2020.
Thank you, Evelyn. My name is Jean Christensen. I'm the president of JKA Solutions. I'm also a facilitator and trainer for the WEDC 60-hour course and the mastermind group. And during this difficult time, we had participants working through losing loved ones, kids working from home, overcoming fear and self-doubt. Some business owners lost everything, but they showed up for every single session. They pivoted, they supported their community, they helped others. Our MWBE community is strong and resilient. It was a really tough time, but I'm grateful for the MWBE community and the work we accomplished with this team.
I'm Terry Matthews-Cotton. I'm WEDC's Director of Finance and Compliance. What I am most proud of over the past year has been the staff. I'm really proud of the work that we did to be able to fulfill the requirements of our additional COVID funding. It required a lot of extra oversight and processes, and while working around the clock to serve our clients, we adjusted beautifully.
While we accomplished a great deal this past year, much more work remains to be done. The small business sector is still in a fragile state and urgently in need of ongoing support and assistance. Small business owners, especially low to moderate income women and minorities, are suffering greatly and need our help now more than ever. WEDC is committed to providing the training, support, and access to capital to those business owners who are most vulnerable. We thank you for joining us this evening and supporting small businesses in our communities.
We really do have a talented and dedicated team. Of course, we still very much need and greatly appreciate the financial support from our generous sponsors and individual supporters. We could not carry out our mission and the work we do in the community without the financial support from all of you. Thank you for your generosity.
Good evening and welcome to WEDC's Evening of Entrepreneurial Wonder. Wells Fargo is proud to support WEDC's mission of serving women and minority-owned businesses. This year has shown us how important it is to support and lift up our neighbors. Congratulations to our honorees, Samantha, Heidi, and Martha. As a board member, I thank you for your support and hope you're inspired by the stories you will hear from WEDC graduates. Please enjoy the program.
Thank you, too, to our dedicated board members who support us in so many ways. In addition, WEDC enjoys the strong support and collaboration of our partners in government. I'm pleased that tonight we have with us a powerhouse of elected officials representing the various levels of government, federal, state, and county, with which WEDC works and whose support over the years has helped us grow as an organization. First, we will hear from U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who was instrumental in the opening of our Mid-Hudson office in 2013, followed by long-term supporter and friend, New York State Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins, and conclude with our well-known and admired Westchester County Executive, George Latimer.
Hi, I'm Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, and I am so pleased to welcome all of you to the Women's Enterprise Development Center's evening of Entrepreneurial Wonder. Tonight, we celebrate the women entrepreneurs who are the backbone of our small business economy. I'd like to thank Ann Janiak, who has been a steadfast advocate for women leaders and women in the Hudson Valley. And I would like to congratulate all of the 2021 Enterprising Women Award honorees for your work to lift up other women and to help them realize their dreams. I'm so grateful for the Women's Enterprise Development Center, and I was proud to secure the federal funding that allowed the center to expand into the Mid-Hudson in 2013. The work you have done over the past 24 years to help women and minority entrepreneurs in the Hudson Valley realize their dreams of owning their own businesses has reshaped the local economy. The support and community the center offers has never been more vital. Women and minority-owned businesses have been hit especially hard during this pandemic. As we think about our nation's recovery, your voices as businesses and community leaders are more important than ever. You know firsthand how critical it is that we don't go back to the old system that wasn't working for women and families. This is the moment to build a better future where everyone receives equal pay for equal work and has access to paid leave so that no one is forced to choose between their paycheck and their health or their family. You have the power to help make that future a reality. Speak out for the changes you want to see. Your voices and your perspectives matter, and they will make all the difference. And I will be in the fight right alongside you. I will continue working in the Senate to make sure that more women have a fair shot at achieving financial security for themselves and their families, and to provide everyone with the tools and opportunities they need to achieve their full potential. I wish you all the best for a wonderful event and many more years of success.
Good evening. I'm Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins. Thank you to the Women's Enterprise Development Center for having me tonight. You've been empowering women entrepreneurs since 1997 in Westchester County and the Hudson Valley. You have truly been an asset to so many here tonight by helping women build successful small businesses through a variety of needed services. From business training programs to loan counseling to helping with MWBE certification, you're not only growing the business community to include more women, but more women of color. Helping to open these doors is critical on our path to economic recovery and development post-pandemic. Removing barriers in state contracting for MWBEs has been an important priority for me. In 2019 alone, New York awarded more than $3 billion in state contracts to MWBEs, adding to the $16 billion in existing contracts since 2011. But for all we had done, we must do that much more as we come out of the COVID-19 pandemic. This year devastated our small business community. A disproportionate number of those affected were minority and women-owned businesses. With childcare options no longer available and school being remote for much of the year, added pressure and responsibilities were thrust upon many women in the workforce. While they stepped up in so many ways over the past 15 months, women also made sacrifices, particularly career sacrifices. Sadly, many were forced to shut their doors, let employees go, or face the prospect of not being able to afford rent or mortgages. Last year, many business owners found themselves competing for federal loans through the Small Business Administration, only to be turned down. This was particularly the case for many businesses owned by women and people of color. In response, this year, the Senate majority allocated $100 million towards low-interest loans, which prioritize MWBEs left behind by the federal government. The Senate majority also passed legislation to protect small businesses from eviction and foreclosure, offering a lifeline to those struggling. And we extended those protections in May to give small businesses a fighting chance to emerge from this pandemic. We fought for and delivered $1 billion for small businesses in the state budget. This included $800 million in small business assistance grants and $200 million in tax credits. Additionally, we provided $35 million to restaurants forced to close for 30 days due to being in an orange or red zone. These owners can now claim a $5,000 credit for each full-time worker they hired after March 31st, 2021. Through the state budget, we also increased funds allocated to the Minority and Women-Owned Business Lending Program up to $2 million, an increase of $1.3 million compared to previous years. Following a hearing last year on the pandemic's impact on small businesses in New York State, the Senate majority also passed critical legislation to aid our small businesses, including bills that freeze unemployment insurance rates and protect restaurants from third-party delivery fees. More recently, I led the Senate majority to repeal the rule that forced restaurant goers to purchase food in order to have alcoholic beverages. By removing this restriction and others, the legislature took important steps towards supporting our restaurants and bars as they continue to reopen. As always, the government cannot fill every gap. But where there were gaps, WEDC stepped in, working nonstop through their 2 entrepreneurship assistance centers on COVID-19 programming and services being offered through the Economic State Development Corporation for their clients. We know we must drive economic development post-pandemic, and significant relief is still needed for small businesses who are the job creators and supporters of our local economies. Together, we will continue to prioritize economic development, to break down barriers, and bring New York's economy back even stronger. We look to partners like WEDC to help drive the policies that truly help us build back better. Thank you.
Hi, I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive, and I want to extend greetings from the county to the Women's Enterprise Development Center and this wonderful annual recognition of enterprising women. This is the 2021 Enterprising Women Awards that are being honored tonight for the virtual event. We hope to do all of this in person next year. And when we do, we'll be able to greet some of these honorees from tonight in person. Heidi Davidson is one of the honorees. She is a co-founder and CEO of Galvanize Worldwide and Galvanize On Demand, very active in the business community of Westchester County, and she's done terrific work. Samantha Saperstein is managing director and head of Women on the Move for J.P. Morgan Chase & Company, one of our major corporate sponsors and corporate neighbors, and Martha Lopez, who's the director of Minority and Women-Owned Business Development for Westchester County, and also a city councilwoman in New Rochelle. Martha we work with every day. But Heidi, Martha, and Samantha have all done exemplary work, and they're being recognized in tonight's event for that work. We congratulate WEDC for all of the work they've done over the years. Westchester County is a good partner with the organization. We greatly respect the work of Ann Janiak and her team, and we hope you have a wonderful virtual celebration tonight. We'll do it in person next year.
As our country and community plan to reemerge and revitalize our economy, I hope that we put into place the right policies and programs to ensure that there is equal access and opportunity for minority and women business owners. We know that before the pandemic, the number of women business owners was rising. According to American Express's report, women owned 42% of small businesses in 2019, compared with 4% in 1972. We also know that according to a recent article in the Washington Post, there has been a 5% increase in women's entrepreneurship since the start of the pandemic, mostly because of lost jobs, but also because for some, it was an opportunity and a risk worth taking. As we move forward, we need to be there for these fledgling businesses and continue to provide them with the training, programs, and services that will help them launch successful enterprises. Tonight, we invite you to join us in that effort. And now I'd like to turn it over to Nikki Hahn.
Thank you, Anne. Now I'd like to introduce you to two of our clients who have benefited firsthand from WEDC's programs. Juliet Young, thought leader in supportive shared experience and founder of the Jewel Center, and Mariela Juarez, owner of Mariachi Soul MIXTECO, a mariachi band serving the greater New York metropolitan region.
Hello, my name is Juliet Young Morrison, and I am the founder and CEO of the Jewel Center. It is a respite for women in leadership. We take exhausted, tired women leaders, and we go to unique, fun spaces and engage in authentic talk, wellness experiences, and all this happens in small, confidential circles. And I want to thank the Women's Enterprise Development Center for giving me this opportunity to share my WEDC story. Well, it all started with the late Julius Young Jr., my father, who owned a business for over 50 years. Being around his automotive repair shop has planted in me a desire to have my business one day. And in my 20s, I had a passion and a desire to open up a world-class women's center. And it just lay dormant until a couple of years back, I went to a workshop and someone there pointed me to the Women's Enterprise Development Center. And so I walked through the doors, I scheduled a one-on-one with Persephone Zill, and the rest is history. She enrolled me in the 60-hour Women Entrepreneurial course. And there I learned so many skills and about so many resources. I learned how to write my business plan, my marketing plan. I learned the financials with Len Karam, who taught us that we are in business to make money and make sure you're going to do just that. We did profit and loss statements, we uses and sources, all the financials that sometimes we can become afraid of. Now, Helen Cuevas is the best instructor. She is quick wit, she is direct, practical, fun, and just has warm guidance. She's a real wonderful person to guide you to and through your dream. Now, I have to tell you, halfway through WEDC, I had the courage and the tools to launch the Jewel Center. And now, today, I am on my way. This is year 2, and we are on a roll. But I could not have done it without the support of WEDC and my WEDC sisters. There's nothing like being in a classroom with other budding entrepreneurs cheering you on while you cheer them on. So if you are considering opening up your business, I think you should call WEDC, and you will not be disappointed. So once again, thank you for this opportunity, and do sign up for WEDC.
Hola WEDC, thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Mariela Navarro, and I am so happy to be here with you sharing my story. My company is Mariachi Band. Back in 2015, I learned about WEDC through my husband. He inspired me and he told me, you have to take this class. I think this is perfect for you. So I took the class. I was looking for more tools or more ways to grow and make more form and make my company more formal, or at least I didn't know it could turn into a company because there's so much models to follow within the mariachi industry. I took the tools, I tried to make the best of it. What helped our company was marketing and social media. It was a big part. It helps us to grow so much. We had a big breakthrough in 2016 when we got hired by George Lopez, the comedian, to open all of his shows in the tri-state area. It was fantastic. From there, we also worked with New York Times, Google, McDonald's Charity, MTV, Food Network, big companies that have really helped us grow, also gives us an experience, and it only was through our marketing and exposure, digital exposure and digital marketing. I inspire, and I hope I inspire other women to go to WEDC, learn. They will give you the right tools. I am so thankful that I found them and that I had inspired me to grow. Currently, every weekend we have 2 bands. We have around 10 people, including our families, working with the mariachi. It's tremendous. It's fantastic, and we are so thankful through WEDC what it all started. Thank you so much, and I hope you like my story.
Aren't they amazing? Every day, WEDC helps women like Juliet and Mariela realize their dreams of business ownerships. But we cannot do it alone, and we are incredibly grateful for your continued generosity and support. We rely on supporters like you to help us help women and minority small business owners realize their dreams. To contribute, please send a text to 970-840-9000, and in the message write WEDC, a space, the amount of your donation, another space, then your name. Or if you'd like to be anonymous, simply leave the name blank. I am pleased to have the opportunity this evening to introduce our first honoree, Heidi Davidson. Heidi is the co-founder and CEO of Galvanize Worldwide, the largest distributed network of marketing and communications experts in the world, serving as a virtual marketing agency, and Galvanize On Demand, a tech platform company connecting freelance marketing talent with client marketing projects. Before co-founding Galvanize Worldwide, Heidi worked as part of the turnaround team at BlackBerry in senior executive roles, focused on helping the company move from a device manufacturer to a security software and services provider. Prior to that, Heidi worked at MasterCard Worldwide at its global headquarters in Purchase, New York, serving in various leadership capacities. Heidi is a pillar in the Westchester business community, also serving as chairman of the Business Council of Westchester and recently earning a doctorate degree from Pace University. It is with distinct pleasure that I introduce to you Heidi Davidson as one of our distinguished honorees.
Thank you so much for this great honor. WEDC is an amazing organization that has spent the last 20 years supporting women and minority entrepreneurs within our community. And at no time has that been more critical than it has been over the last 18 months. I salute WEDC and all of the entrepreneurs that they support in really pushing through these challenging times to meet their goals of being business owners. Having been on the corporate path, being in agencies, being in organizations, and now on this entrepreneurial journey, I know those challenges firsthand. When people ask me for advice, I always tell them to keep an eye on their why. What is their North Star? So that when the going does get rough, what are they remembering is the reason why they followed this path? For me, It was really about being more present and balanced in my family. I wanted to be home for the kids, to get them on the bus, to help with homework, and to be there for their extracurricular activities. I also had a feeling that if I wanted a really rewarding marketing career and flexibility, that maybe others would too. And the rest with Galvanize is really history. The journey does not have to be a lonely one though. And I would like to just say thank you to my family, a great group of friends, the amazingly talented team at Galvanize, and for community organizations like WEDC for all of their strong programming and support, as well as the networking and resources of great organizations like the Business Council of Westchester too. I again want to say thank you for this great honor and to congratulate and say thank you for the incredible work that WEDC is doing within our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Heidi. We are delighted to have you as a friend and supporter of WEDC. Now I'd like to turn it over to Saskia Sarosa, a 2019 WEDC awardee, who will introduce our next honoree.
Hello, my name is Saskia Sarosa, and I'm the founder and CEO of Fresh Bellies, a purpose-driven company that is focused on combating childhood obesity by making healthy eating more enjoyable for kids of all ages. It is my pleasure to introduce one of today's honorees, Marta Lopez, the Director of Minority and Women-Owned Business Development for Westchester County. Marta is a longtime advocate for improving the lives of Westchester residents. In her most recent role, she has expanded her opportunities to continue to improve the lives of the residents who call Westchester home. I can't think of a better honoree for tonight's recognition and congratulate Marta Lopez on this incredible accomplishment.
Thank you so much for your kind introduction, and thank you so much, WEDC, for preparing our minority and women-owned businesses on their path to empowerment. More than 20 years ago, I met a business owner who was about to graduate from one of the programs offered by the Women Enterprise Development Center. As I waited for everyone to arrive, I began to speak to several of the graduates. Everyone was so excited to tell me about their own business. This is what one of them said about her own experience. Quote, "The role that WEDC plays in the lives of so many of us who dream of owning our own business is greater than you can ever imagine. As I saw everyone graduating that day, I understood what this person was talking about. WEDC was opening their doors to opportunities. They were giving the immigrant community the foundation that they so much needed. Developing an idea, looking at their finances, marketing their product, and finally enjoying the fruit of their labor. Sounds easy, doesn't it? I wish that it was so. WEDC strives to let everyone know about the tools necessary to succeed. I have attended many of the graduation ceremonies. I have been invited to speak, and every time I come out thinking how great it is to have an organization such as WEDC. I became convinced of their value and made sure to let everyone, and I mean everyone, know about the benefits of participating. Do I get a cut? No, I do not get a cut. Why do I do it then? I do it because I have witnessed what mentorship, support, and knowledge can offer. During this pandemic, our MWBs have suffered tremendously. Restaurants not being able to open at full capacity, small businesses not being able to pay the rent, struggling so much, hoping to be able to survive. And guess what? WEDC has been there during these very difficult times, letting everyone know that they are not forgotten. As the director of the Minority and Women-Owned Business Development, I see firsthand the need that exists out there. I have witnessed the assistance that WEDC has provided to the community at large, and in particular to the Hispanic community. Tonight, I say WEDC, on behalf of all of our MWBEs, thank you so much. And thank you so much for this wonderful award. Continue the good work, and let's move on. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. WEDC is lucky to have you as an advocate and partner, leveraging our work in the community to help women and minorities realize their dreams of business ownership. Now I'd like to turn it over to one of our board members, Lisa Tretler, to introduce our final honoree.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa Tretler, and I'm a board member of WEDC. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce Samantha Saperstein, Managing Director and Head of Women on the Move at JPMorgan Chase. I am so fortunate to have known Sam for nearly half a century. She's one of my first friends, and ever since nursery school, going through elementary, high school, and even business school where we overlapped for a little while, I can honestly say that Sam was one of the most incredible young women that I have ever known. She was always motivated, ambitious, extraordinarily empathetic and bright, and everything that she put her mind to, she excelled at. So it's no surprise that we're honoring her here today. In her role as head of Women on the Move, she manages programs designed to fuel female ambition and ensure women have equal access and opportunity. She collaborates with teams across the bank on initiatives to support female business owners, educate female consumers, and empower female employees. Prior to this role, Sam held many other important roles at JP Morgan, including Chief Marketing Officer of the Chase Commercial Bank, and also as head of credit card strategy for Chase Consumer and Community Banking. Before that, she played some important roles in strategy and development at MasterCard here in our backyard. Sam's dedication to the nonprofit community is also outstanding, serving on the board of Safe Horizons, the nation's largest victim service agency that supports victims of domestic violence, child abuse, human trafficking, and youth homelessness, and it's also on the board of advisors for Catalyst. Sam is a terrific woman, friend, mother, colleague, and many other things that I'm sure I'm forgetting. But in any case, it's my pleasure to welcome her here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I am honored to receive this award from WEDC and want to congratulate the organization on all that it has accomplished this past year. I also want to congratulate my fellow award winners, Heidi Davidson and Martha Lopez. It's gratifying to share tonight's recognition with you, and I'm so inspired by all that you do for women. Over the past year, WEDC's work has been vital to women business owners in the community. For starters, small businesses are the backbone of our economy. In addition, women, particularly women of color, have been starting more businesses than any other group. But we know they face challenges even before the pandemic. According to the JP Morgan Chase Institute, female-owned firms start with lower levels of revenue than male-owned firms, and they have slower revenue growth. Women tend to seek external financing less often, and when they do, they tend to receive lower levels of external financing. That's one reason why JP Morgan Chase is working to expand women-run businesses by providing them with greater access to capital, networking, and advice. Since the pandemic began, JP Morgan Chase has provided more than $33 billion in loans to small businesses through the government's Paycheck Protection Program. More than 90% of businesses that have applied with us this year have fewer than 20 employees, businesses that our research shows are more likely to be women and minority owned. In addition, our Women on the Move team created a free online cash flow management tool to help women optimize their cash position and understand how to increase cash coming in and decrease cash coming out. Cash flow management is a universal pain point for small business owners, so we wanted to provide them with interactive tools to address this. All of these efforts, from financing to tools and coaching, continue to be critical for women business owners. I'm grateful that WEDC was there over the past year to assist women in stabilizing their businesses and positioning them to recover. It has a long history of providing this support. For 20 plus years, WEDC has served women and minority entrepreneurs in English and Spanish in Westchester and Mid-Hudson to help them achieve financial independence and realize their dreams of business ownership. I'm thrilled to participate tonight and celebrate all that WEDC continues to do in support of women business owners. Thank you for this great honor.
Thank you, Sam. What an inspiration you and your work are to all of us. We are grateful to have you working so diligently to support women and minorities in business. Wow, what an incredible trio of smart, strong women working to dismantle barriers and empower women and minorities to succeed in business. Thank you to all of you for your passion and commitment. Together, we are making a difference. And now we'd like to have a little fun with you this evening. We have prizes from 3 WEDC clients to raffle off this evening. And thank you to all of you who made a donation to be entered into the raffle. Congratulations, Joan Quigley. You've won a gift certificate to FormFit. Congratulations, Jennifer Flowers. You've won a gift certificate to Chocolations. And finally, congratulations, Michael Dardano. You've won a gift certificate to Juarez Coffee and More.
And now to close out this evening of Entrepreneurial Wonder, we are pleased to have some words of wisdom from Nethia Heyward, a noted humorist and a woman entrepreneur.
Good day, everyone. Am I the only one who gets really excited and kind of mushy inside when thinking about female entrepreneurs? Women-owned, minority-owned businesses is something like really magical to me, and I didn't think that would be a response to something so formal or so official. But here's some things that come to mind when I think about women-owned businesses. Absolutely amazing, downright dynamic, funky, fresh, and fantastic. And the fact that we as women populate the earth is the only way you can actually get here. Starting a business is at the same level of that type of miracle. So this is something that we can teach our children. We could hand down some type of legacy. And I thank you. I thank you for being a supporter of such initiative, because it's so, so important. Not to sound too cocky or too much full of ourselves, but you really can't do anything without a woman. You really couldn't, and you really shouldn't. But the fact that we do these things while raising children, while raising husbands, and just helping the community, it just goes to show that running a business or just life in general is not something that you really should do by yourself. And it's always better when you have the right people and the right connections in your life. And during such a time as this pandemic, things can get really weird. And in our inner minds, we may experience some sort of self-doubt or confusion, because it's not like we go through a pandemic every single day of our lives. And to have this support system and a network of people like you to help people like us continue our businesses and to basically hold on to or keep the magic going. You being a woman-owned business, a minority-owned business, we face such obstacles. And underneath all the adversity and drama and pandemics and all that stuff, there's some magic in there. There's magic in your hands. There's magic in your mind. And to actually see it, be on the outside looking at you, fellow women entrepreneurs, I get really mushy inside. And it makes me want to help. It makes me want to actually be a better entrepreneur myself, because I watch you do it. So there's a magic, and I love the way it feels, because it's encouragement and we need it. So just to thank you for being who you are, for starting your business, number one, and to keep on going, even within the moments when you felt like you didn't want to continue or you wanted to stop for whatever reason, to raise a family, or whether it be financial or just one day you were tired. I thank you for keep on going. I thank you for that. I thank you for your tenacity, your every single textbook dictionary word I could think of to say that what you have, and underneath all that again is the magic. And thank you for supporting all the supporters. Thank you for supporting that magic. And it makes me feel like my granny, or anyone's granny who is really into church and really into God. And when they would tell you things like, God is going to bless you for doing what you do, for being so supportive and interested in such an initiative that is not going to go unnoticed. So, honey, you're a blessing to me. You are. Ladies, you are a blessing to me. And the supporters, you're a blessing to us.
Thank you, Nethia, for that inspiring and motivational message. And thank you again to our generous sponsors and supporters who make our work possible. To our amazing honorees this year, Heidi Davidson, Martha Lopez, and Sam Saperstein, congratulations. And thank you for the great work you do in our community. And thank you to all of you for joining us at WEDC's annual spring event to support and promote women's entrepreneurship. It has been an evening of entrepreneurial wonder. Be well, everyone.
Oh.